Hello, my friends. Liberty Garden, January 4, 5, 3. I have no idea. First Sunday of January. How about that? Anyway, today I came out to the farm and we were working from this corner here to about 125 yards that way. And what we did is we clear all the brush from the fence. The guy over on this side has cows, and he's leasing the property to a neighbor, to somebody. And that guy who kind of came and pulled the fence a little bit, and this did a little bit of here and there. And the cows are staying on their side of the property, granted that. But the fence looked really bad. It wasn't pulled, wasn't tight. So what we did here was that we came in, I brought some T-posts, and as you can see, there's a T-post right there, and in between we'll put another T-post. See, there were some T-posts here that were being spaced out like, I don't know, 20 feet, and the wire was all sagging, and basically, I mean, it looked like a freaking World War I concentration camp or something, you know. Barbed wire fence is all loose, meant to catch animals in there, but it wasn't tight. So we pulled the wire. The wire's tight now, nice and tight. Reclip this or just clip on this, and when you clip on the wire, then it gets a little tighter. Now you're gonna notice something here. The fence is crooked. I mean, there's no denying that, because this is a repair. It's not a fence that I took out and that's too much work. I mean, basically taking out all the T-posts, rolling out the old wire, laying out new wire. I'm just trying to get this thing to work. So there's an old T-post here, and pretty much along the fence line, what we did is just we inserted a new T-post, and we pretty much clear all the fence line. You can walk through here, and I can walk. And there it is. Some T-posts are leaning. Some of them okay, but see, every T-post is leaning. Everything that's in the way, offering resistance to the fence, it makes it tight. So we're kind of operating on that premise. It's not the best, but it works, and it is tight. The fence is tight. I mean, no doubt. Look at all the brush that I cut here. I had 2 helpers today. They did 5 hours with me. I went back and left them home, and I did another. I'm doing here until it gets dark. This is the kind of wire that we had in there, and I removed it. I'm just gonna put it here because it always comes in handy for patches and stuff like that. Let's see what else. Well, here you go. One quick glimpse of the fence. Let me start taking some stuff out. So I began putting clipping fence about midway, and there was a wire on the ground here that I had to tighten up. Well, and then we threw a new line also because there was missing one line. Here's a little tip. I mean, it's shoddy and everything, but it doesn't, like, this wire is loose here. I'm just gonna wrap this wire around here, give it a couple of turns with a pair of pliers, just turn it in there. It'll offer more resistance, it'll be tighter, and it'll work. So this is where I began clipping from here onwards that way, and I got to clip from here that way. This is a real dark place, wooded area, so even though it's still light in the day, it's getting a little dark. So that's why I kind of went down that darker path first, and then I'm gonna work to my way towards the light over there. And let's see what else we got here. Yeah, you see some patches here, some little crappy patches that we did. This wire, I mean, we just crank it a little bit. We're not even using a come along to crank this stuff. This is loose. I gotta tighten this up a little bit. But it's a dead wire. It's going nowhere. You know, this is the kind of work the other guy did, and it's like shit. Man. It's just like begging for an animal to get caught in there. So I'm probably just gonna take that off and remove it, and or I'll just pull it from. I'll pull it from a like this post is solid. I'll pull it from here with a golden rod. It'll be tight enough. It'll offer some resistance, but it won't break. And that's what we use mostly to tighten the fence, the golden rod, because if I put a come along on this thing, I'll pop the wires. And so that's what we did. So I need to clip this area here. You see how it's all it looks kind of ugly and stuff. But once I clip it, I'll bring these wires in, or I'll take some of these out, roll them up, and it'll be tight again. Very nice, decent. But once you put it in against the post like this, once you tie it in against the post and you put a clip on it, and you then this one over here, you do the same, and so on and so forth, it gets tight and it'll work. And that's that. So this is the work for the day. I mean, practically this would have taken me at least 3 or 4 days to do myself, because I mean, if I was just doing it myself, using a chainsaw and a couple of guys to clear the way, it just helps a lot, because I am basically cutting cedars, and they're removing the branches, and we made a lot of progress. In 2 hours we did the 126 yards, and this was pretty wooded, so pretty happy about that, folks. Until next time. I mean, I know this is probably boring for a lot of you guys, but I don't know why, but I love fencing. This is just, and especially patching old shit like this. I love this stuff. Pulling new wire on a new bar on a new empty field, it's not really that much fun. You got to dig the holes and unroll the wire. It's a lot of work, but it's not that much fun. But just making old shit work, that's where it's at. I mean, this, if I had put in new wire and everything in here, it would have cost me maybe maybe 2 rolls of wire, and the T-post. Those T-posts are new actually, but 2 rolls of wire, and then the labor of taking all the other stuff out and putting it back in and stuff like that. I mean, you save money this way, and the fence is not going anywhere. I mean, if you look at this terrain, the terrain is coming down and up, so the fence has a relatively good height in there, and the cows are not going to jump when the terrain is coming down. When they jump, they kind of look at a level field to jump. They don't like jumping up. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, But anyway, I'm just gonna try to finish this as quickly as possible and get out of here. And until next time, folks, thanks for watching.